I saw this particular question on a meme. X plus root x is equal to root x minus 4. So what they have done is they have cancelled the root x. So x is equal to minus 4. So the answer is correct. The but the answer is wrong. It means like algebraically. So what we have done is legal, right? It is correct, but this cannot consider like this. We cannot consider this as a solution. The problem here is what is the answer we got? We got x is equal to minus 4. What we got x is equal to minus 4. So if we substitute back to the original equation, you can see that in the equation we have root x. So it means it is going to be root like square root minus 4. Inside a square root, we cannot have a negative number. Inside a square root, we cannot have a negative number. So the problem here is like if we assume like we are if we, like x is real number, okay, if we assume x is real number, we cannot have a negative number inside a square root. So there is no solution for this, so the answer is no solution. Right. So what has happened here is before cancelling a variable or number, we should always consider the environment of the equation. It means we should consider the domain. So what is the domain? Like domain is x need to be greater than or equal to 0. We should always consider domain because x cannot be negative because there is a square root in the equation. There is a square root in the equation. So x cannot be negative. So x need to be greater than or equal to 0. So that this is called as domain. Right? Domain. So whenever we do or we cancel or like when we are doing a question, we should always consider the domain when we are writing the final answer. Okay, so there is no solution. But okay, but it really depends on what level you are in. It means like in on what maths class you are in. If you are like a if you are in advanced level or if you are in like university, you know something about complex numbers. There is something called complex numbers. So if we assume x is on a complex plane, okay, like if we consider x is on a complex plane, you can have an answer. It means on a complex plane, or if we consider complex number, or x is a complex number, we can have a negative number inside a root. We can have a negative number inside a root using something called imaginary units. Okay, so basically we can write minus 1 or like square root minus 1 is equal to I. Okay, so I means imaginary, it's an imaginary unit. So we can write I is equal to square root minus 1. So root minus 4 is basically 2i. So root minus 4 is basically root 2i. So if we write the equation, the question, right, what is x minus 4 plus root x is basically like it is going to be root minus 4. So it is 2i equal to 2i minus 4. You see here 2i minus 4 plus 2i means 2i plus 2i minus 4, 2i minus 4. So LHS is equal to RHS. So you can have an answer.